My name is Michael Shikatano, and this is Right Here, Right Now, a podcast to inspire the learner inside each of us. In a world that is full of so much information, we will help find and package that information so that you can use it in your lives every day in practical ways. And in each episode, we will remind you of the importance of being present and mindful of your daily thoughts, actions, and interactions. It is truly the most vital step to learning and growth, being mindful and present right here, right now, to take on life's challenges and turn them into life's lessons. So come on this venture with us, a new beginning, a new journey that starts right here, right now. Welcome back, people. I am Michael Shikatano, your host of Right Here, Right Now. And we bring you another mindfulness intention today, created for you with inspiration that I found during some recent difficult times in my life. And I mean some extremely difficult times. A meditation that will allow us all to learn and grow and become more adept at looking within ourselves to find a capacity to be better than we were before. Better than before the suffering, better than before the crisis. As we begin to enter some stillness and we begin to sit, to listen, right here, right now. We have all experienced pain and suffering, loss and strife, hardships and seemingly insurmountable setbacks in our life. Some of us have carried these burdens and hardships around for far too long. Some of us more so than others, more burdens for more years, perhaps even. Today, we're going to try to help each other out a bit and talk about, meditate on how we can heal from our suffering and pain and strife while we are living a joyful life. Yes, people, we can do this. We are capable of doing this. We will be doing this. We can benefit from this practice if we notice its impact and that doing both, healing and thriving and joyfully existing while we may be hurting and in pain with some amount of suffering, is the point of a well-lived life here. It is perhaps the key to living a fully experienced and engaged life. It really shouldn't be either or when it comes to this. It ought to be, it must be both and thinking and living and striving here. What am I even talking about? Plainly, I'd like to hypothesize, I've been pondering on it, I'd like to proclaim even, that we can heal joyfully while we are suffering. In the midst of some serious strife we can endure, we must do this together. Some of the inspiration for this insight that I'm sharing with each of you right here, right now, came from some of the wonderful insights in the book Inciting Joy, where Ross Gay imparts on his readers. My hunch is that joy, emerging from our common sorrow, which does not necessarily mean we have the same sorrows, but that we, in common sorrow, might draw us together. And that's the profound thing about joy and sorrow. And when we experience those things together, it really brings people together. And I think that's something that we miss along the way. We, I think, wallow too much in the suffering and the pain. We don't realize that joy is a little bit more powerful when we are suffering. And then I was looking for more wisdom and insight and looked toward young Pueblo, who writes such simple yet profound pieces. And he helps us on our journey to healing. And he writes, hurts travel through time from one person to another. This unwanted heaviness moves from the past into the present and then into the future. One of the most heroic things anyone can do is break the line of hurt. When people heal themselves, they stop the hurt from multiplying, and their relationships become healthier. When people heal themselves, they also heal the future. And that's really powerful stuff. And some more insights from Thich Nhat Hanh. If you can recognize and accept your pain without running away from it, you will discover that although pain is there, joy can also be there at the same time. But the true inspiration for this episode came when I received a healing message from a wonderful friend that came to me when I most needed to see and hear and feel this exact message. This message of how we can heal, how we ought to heal, how we can heal more mindfully. This message came to me when it was easy for me to potentially go down a dark path with very little light peering in to help shine the way on my journey of healing. This is what elevated the inclination to think about healing a bit differently. And this is what turned the message into the inspiration to create and share this message of healing and hope right here, right now, with each of you. And this is a reminder, people, life is short. Reach out to help someone when they need it most. It can make an enormous impact on the trajectory of someone's life. And we always feel a little bit better when we're doing the helping, right? When we're the helpers, we feel a little bit better. And I'm going to read this message beautifully gifted to me. It is an anonymous writing that landed on me at the right time. You heal every time you have a good conversation with someone. You heal every time you laugh. You heal every time something makes you smile genuinely. You heal every time you have fun creating something, anything. You heal every time you get so absorbed in something fun that you forget your struggles for a while. There is, in fact, lots of healing and growth to be found inside your comfort zone. And this message reminds us that we can be in our comfort zone, that we can continue to find some comfort as we walk the healing path. As we walk along our healing path in pain and perhaps with a sorrow that seems unbearable. And perhaps the concept of dissonance is what makes this somewhat difficult for us to realize or even believe is possible. We ask ourselves, how can I rejoice within the cloud of misery that has befallen me? How can I put one foot in front of the other when just getting back up on my feet is difficult enough? Well, maybe it's like dancing in the storm. Finding a reason to dance with the melody that is playing that may not quite be exquisitely harmonious yet. And here, this is the mindset that must be embraced to get this right. We dance because of the storm, not in spite of it, in fact. We dance to the many tunes that are played for us. We dance maybe a bit clumsily at first and out of sync with the music to begin with, but we get up and we dance. So we do not miss out on these numbers waiting for them to play our song. So as we settle into this very moment, right here, right now, let us arrive in the here and now, slowing ourselves down with some grounding deep breaths at your own effortless pace here. Deep breath in, and slow, soft, smooth, deep breath out. Embracing this stillness, captivated by the possibility that this moment holds for each of us to heal and to rejoice, perhaps while we are suffering. And now I bring you, healing as we go, a mindfulness intention that I created for each of you. Healing as we go, healing every time, healing on our way. Will I ever be healed, a finished state, or am I preparing to continuously be healing on my way? Is this a matter of how we look to move on, or how we attempt to work on healing as we go? Is it possible for the healing to take place in a particular moment, or only with time when we are cultivating our opportunities for healing? What does our heart search for, long for, in this journey to being better? or at least on a path to being more okay? How can I prevent the healing from turning vengeful, lest that be the poison that only I will taste? How can I stand up and look in a new direction with a new outlook and a new intention? Will my heart and soul grant my body the blessing to be able to put one foot in front of the other? Have I experienced my hidden emotions to contemplate the gravity of my pain, opening me up for this awareness? Will I be able to accept enough of this pain, perhaps cherish its message, to be more open to the joys that I know will come? Have I considered the impermanence of what I am experiencing and enduring in this moment? The fleetingness of each emotion, the transient nature of this process, the ephemeral journey to healing as we go, the hurt that will turn to strength, the pain that will turn to pleasure, the angst that will turn to stillness, the vengeance that will turn to softness, the misfortune that will turn to opportunity, the despair that will turn to hope. These transformations and transitions take exertion and effort and a mindful approach to our pain and our pleasure, our suffering and the journey to healing, our dancing and our call to kindness. We must pick ourselves up and heal the future, healing as we go. Go forward, go valiantly, go courageously, go quietly, go skillfully, go mindfully, go patiently, go helpfully, go hopefully, go gently, go joyfully, go heroically. We are on our way to healing. Be present, healing every time, right here. Be mindful, healing as we go, right now. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you share this with someone you care about. I'm glad I shared it with each of you. We'll see you next time, right here, right now. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time, right here, right now.